Hello everybody, a very warm welcome back to MEC-TEC. We're back on the workshop shed build today, and you would have just seen a bit of time lapse of me doing what I said I was going to do in the last video. All the damp proof course on all three of these floor panels is now done. Used about 1 billion staples. It's taken an absolute age, but it is at least protected now, so we can start getting the floor laid down where it's going to go. I've had a bit of a sweep up as well, and we can start getting some walls going up. So that is the plan. Let's not waffle on, let's crack on and get some work done. Right, there we go. There is our first 2 panels in place. I've got them all screwed together and levelled up. There's a little bit of play in this floor, this end, but I'm hoping with the weight of the walls when they go on, it's going to sort of weigh it all down and make it all sit level. The floor's all screwed together, the 3 sections are all screwed together, so that is all looking really, really good. So now, I think I'm going to get the sides on next. They're going to be the harder ones because they're all in one bit and they're the biggest panels out of them all. As you can see by them over there, they've all blown over in the wind. Stonehenge has collapsed, or rather Shedhenge I should say has collapsed. So I need to get these picked up and get these put in next, and then that'll hold the walls up so I haven't got to worry about them falling over and whatever else. So let's get them put in and see what it looks like. Right, there we go. There is the shed as it sits up with all the walls. You can start to see sort of the room we're going to have now. Pretty good size. Did need a little bit of clamping together here and there. On the whole, it's sitting pretty all right on the base. It seems to have taken up the undulation of the base underneath with that wooden floor in there. So that's really, really good. So the roof is the next big step. I've got the 2 panels out here. I jet washed them all down, did it off camera. In fact, I jet wash actually packed up, so hosed them all down, got all the mank and the mud off of them. Unfortunately, that corner there was sitting in water where it was uncovered, it had water inside it, but I've had these out in the garden for about a day now and they've dried out really nice. I mean, this one was dry anyway because it was up the right way with the felt on top, but this one was up the wrong way with the felt on the ground, so it's all dried out nice by the looks of it, so that's really, really good. So now I've got to work out how I'm going to get these two big panels up there. Watch this space. Right, coming in, how many of you thought that roof was going to end up on my head? I'm not going to lie, I thought it was going to end up on my head a couple of times as well, but there we go. There we go, that's the roof on, as you can see. Bit of a lump to get on there, but it's on. I was going to originally ask my mate Dan to help me, but I thought I'd have a little go at myself and managed to do it with a load of pieces of wood and lever in it. Didn't really have to lift too much weight, which is kind of good. So there we go, there's the roof on. I've put some screws in it. I've lined up the front perfectly for now. The back, I have got to sort out a bit of an issue with this wall because the fence post behind the middle post, which sits right behind that join, is kicked in, where it's obviously been attacked by the tree roots or whatever. So I need to try and move that back out again if I can. So, and then I've screwed it down at the moment, but what I'll do is I'll move that. So let me show you. I'll get that so that it's in line again, and then I'll probably take those screws out and then sort of manoeuvre the wall a little bit so that it's in line. But you can see that middle fence post there is touching the back of the shed, where it's obviously gone out of line with the other ones. So no one's fault. It's just how it's gone. So that's something I've got to sort out. But at least the roof's on. Obviously the felt that's on it is the felt that was on it when I bought the shed. There is obviously a gap in the middle at the moment, so it's not watertight. But at least it's on there, and it's not going to go rot on in the garden anymore and kill any more of Mrs. MEC-TEC's grass, which is kind of important. So yeah, there we go. That is that on there. I'm not sure what I'm going to do next, but may put the doors on just so they're on and out of the way, and then we can maybe look at getting that fence post sorted out and start on the inside, I suppose. Well, actually no, we've got to start on the roof actually. Get the roof refelted. I've got to work out what I'm going to do with that yet, because I would like to make this so it's got a bit of an overhang, just so that it's something to stand under when it's pouring rain or whatever, you know, either that or I'll make some sort of a canopy that goes over the door, one or two. And I need to make this roof longer this side, whether I carry on the original roof line or do one that's stepped down just underneath the original roof line, because that's where our log store is going to be. I'm going to have that all full of logs on there. All those logs that are over there, we need to split them up, split them into pieces, and put them under there under cover, so we can obviously use them during the winter time. So it's all progressing rather well, which is really, really good. So absolutely mega. Right, there we go. Doors are now on for good. They're all, well, I say they're level as they can be. And they open and close really nice, looks really good. Also, another little job ticked off the list. I've had my friend Scoot, who lives up the road over, with his little mini digger, and we've managed to pull the fence post back out away from the shed, which is absolutely mega. If I zoom in, you'll be able to see up there now. There's a gap all the way along, and it is all upright again as it should be. And the shed has got a slight bow in it, but that's just a natural bow now rather than it being forced by the fence post. And I've managed to unscrew the roof that I screwed down the other day just temporarily and re-screw it with the wall now vertical. So that is all done and screwed down, not going anywhere. Absolutely top banana. I have to say a massive thank you to Scoot for sorting it out for us. He said, I'm a bit dubious about this, I think it's going to snap the post off. I said, oh well, it can only go one or two ways, can't it? So, and lucky enough it worked. So there we go. That is all screwed, every single purlin screwed there now, all the way along, up and over and down the other side. I'm going to make some pieces to fit in here, because there's a little, you can see daylight there, there's a little gap there, so I'm going to make some pieces to fit in these gaps, wooden pieces, to stop any bugs and rodents and whatever getting in there. I'm going to do the same on the front as well. I'm going to make some pieces to go in there, and then we've got to look at making this so it's got a little bit of a canopy on it on the front of it. I think I'm going to take these boards off the sides and obviously then extend those joists out so that they are sticking out a little way, so we've got a little bit of a roof over it as well. So it should be probably the next job, I would think, really. I'm a bit on what to do next, really. I've got the bits of trim down here on the side here as well, which run up these corners, and there is two bits of trim there that go up the sides of the doors, but I actually quite like it the way it's looking now, with it just plain and flat. If you put a piece of trim up the side of that, it's going to look a bit weird, so excuse me. So let me just shut that so it doesn't keep swinging about. Now, some of you may notice those catches are on what looks like backwards, but I found that they stop the doors rattling if they're that way around, because they're thicker one way than the other. So that is how they are. I've got my screwdriver lock in the clasp for now to hold that together, just in case the catches on the top spin around. And it is looking really, really good. I'm well chuffed with that. Looking like a proper little man cave workshop shed type thing now. It's really, really good. Excellent. Top banana. Right, next job on the workshop is going to be to put another cross beam across this bit in the middle here where there's a gap. There was originally two bits of wood there which we took down when we first took the shed down. They were a bit sort of weird, like bodged together in a strange way. So I think I'm just going to put one piece across just to give it some strength, so it's got a bit of strength right in the middle of the roof. We'll screw it both ends, maybe go up on the roof and put a couple of screws in here and there, not on every board, but just so there's a few of them fixed to it, and that should give it some nice bit of strength. So let's get that done, and then we'll move on to the next job. Right then, that is going to be it, I'm afraid, for this episode on MEC-TEC. I have completely run out of time. Other things have got in the way. I've got to put my smug face on because the old cab rear wheel bearing went once again after having both of them changed, or changing both of them about a year ago. It's done about 40,000 miles since they were changed. I did one side, the garage did the other. You would have seen the video on that. Have a guess which side has failed already. Yep, the garage side. So I've been faffing around with that this week, replacing that rear wheel bearing on the driver's side this time. I've got a full height press, which is actually in the shed. That's the first thing I put in there because I didn't want to have to move it again from the garage to the shed. So they've got a full height press in there now, which made the job absolutely easy as anything. And obviously that has all been done, which is why I haven't done quite so much on the shed build. I think it looks pretty good though. I think that's pretty good for a second-hand 400 quid Facebook shed. Obviously I've still got the roof to sort out and that canopy. I was hoping to get that canopy done in this video, but unfortunately I've run out of time, as I said. So that is going to be next video. I'm going to get the canopy added onto it, roof felted, so So it's all going to be nice and watertight, and then also we can start on getting the inside sorted out. So that is where we're at with that. Lotus side of things, I'm still waiting for parts for. I don't know why it's taking so long to get these extra bits I need. The piston rings, so if you saw the last Lotus video, you would have seen I broke one of the new piston rings when I putting it into the block of the engine. I'm still waiting for that, and a cam belt kit as well. So I'm going to chase that up and try and get that sorted out ASAP as well, because I really want to get cracking with that too. I haven't had a chance to do any more on the Alpha. That is still sitting out the front, looking very, very shiny, but that is about it at the moment. So yeah, it has gotten away with me. Time has gotten away with me. It is half term this week, so I've obviously got the kids at home as well, so I'm doing a few bits and bobs with them too. So it has been a bit hectic, to say the least. But yeah, at least the shed is in one piece, and it's not going to be sitting over there on the ground rotting anymore, which is obviously a very good thing. So if you do like videos like this, make sure you do 4 things for me: like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell. It's all free, it costs you absolutely nothing, and I really, really do appreciate it. Tell your friends and family if they like car builds or carpentry capers, all that sort of thing, then they may like my channel. Put them my way and let them have a little look and see what they think. And all that's left for me to say is thank you very much for watching. I'm sorry this video is a little bit shorter than usual, but as I say, that is the reasons why. I've been very busy doing other things. I haven't necessarily filmed it because obviously it's stuff you've already seen as far as the cab wheel bearing and all that sort of thing, so I didn't bother filming that again. So yeah, bit shorter video this week, but obviously thank you very much for watching, and if you want to join me soon for more automotive adventures or carpentry capers, then make sure you tune in again next time. Cheers guys.